boys are all simple. Maybe don't let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
CP squared has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it. We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. Welcome, everybody, to another crazy shite stream. We are going over some serious topic today, and we will try to add in some palate cleansers in between, but I figure because of the atmosphere we're going through right now and what may be happening if the Trump's loses, we need to talk about this because this is a major part of what's happening in the Americas right now, and I really didn't want to, and I was hoping we never had to talk about this stuff again, just like January 6th, but fuck it, we're here and we're not going anywhere. So let's go ahead and bring in our co-host and then our guests, and then let's begin, and then say hello to the side of my chats, and then let's get into the idiocracy of this. If you would be so kind, please like, subscribe, and share the video, and try to get as many people in here watching as possible right now. If you could share that in your multiple different platforms and places, that would be amazing. If not, don't worry about it. Just sit back, relax, chill, and listen to us talk about the dumbassery that we have planned for today. So here is our co-host, and that is everybody's favorite.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Howdy.
How
is you doing?
I am great, other than talking about a quarter of what we're going to be talking about today. But once again, I feel like we do
you said
need
something
to talk
about butt stuff.
Yes.
Butt stuff? What?
Well, and we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that at the end. Get it at the end. Anyways, sorry. I'm trying to break up
let's
the
get those other
monotony.
two freaks in.
Yes, exactly. Let's bring them in. Say hello to the side of my chats right after. And so, of course, here's everybody's intro.
Mama!
Oh, mama.
Yeah, he's not my fucking
Hey,
babe.
y'all. Hey, butt stuff, that's a whole different stream.
the whole stream. That's a whole another stream.
It's a whole another
Exactly.
stream, yes.
Oh,
When were you doing that one then?
I think
Well,
that's what the streams are doing, it's butt stuff. Well, it's shit anyway. What we talk about.
Let's say we talk about
Jesus.
shit with butt stuff, don't we?
We've-
I'm just saying.
We've never done a. Oh no! I used to do a butt. Oh, it was Cookie McSweet Tits that did butt stuff,
You did.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn it. Anyways, speaking of that devil, next week we'll be going over. We'll do another dungeon talk. So we're going to be going over fetishes, kinks, and sex gear. next
Is
week.
my
we're
girl
gonna do that.
coming? Is my girl coming? Is my girl
I'll
Cookie
get
coming?
me. I'll get me safety pins and pickled gherkins out there for that night.
So everybody make a list of your safety words for that stream, okay? That's very
Or-
important. You have your safety words.
Or come up with a list or have
My safety word
things
is
for us
fucking
to talk
stupid,
about,
bitch.
because
we need to make sure Mari's watching.
yes, of course. But we're gonna go over fetishes, gear, toys, and kinks that people want to go want to talk about in on the panel and or the side of my chats. So what it's going to be like we normally do to some extent is you ask me questions and I tell you what I know about all of the stuff, and then we can look up videos, we can look up articles or whatever on those different things. Like if you don't know what a Kegel ball is or a Kegel egg,
and everybody
we can talk about that. Or
have your fingers ready to block porn bots.
yeah, we haven't had porn bots.
Streets like that attract porn bots like fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, fetishes go all the way back to the Bible, don't they? Go back to Jesus. He loved washing men's feet. He loved
I
them
think
feet.
fetishes going to when humans first started existing.
I mean, Adam.
Jesus' foot fetish, yo.
The first kink was Adam had sex with Eve. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. That was the first.
And the Republican
Well, Adam
Party.
did have sex with Lilith, but Lilith wanted to be partners with Adam or something.
I thought Lilith was the fairy, and that was from. Never mind. That's a different story. That's
Lilith Fair. That's a different
yeah. That's a different thing. Never mind.
A few years of incest with the Adam and Eve's, that family. And then the Republican Party was born, or the MAGA Party.
Hey, you know what the Bible says? Keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying over here? So, hey,
I'm not just his best. Keep it in the family.
Old enough to bleed, bleeding old enough.
I'm not giving our double wide trailer that's over the swamp to anybody else. I got to give it to my sister, wife, cousin.
Hey, go home. Hey, go home.
My house is on wheels. I can mow your ass down.
Yeah.
Hick, I thought you lived in the outhouse.
Oh, well, that's where we do all the naughty stuff. Is in the
house. Oh, that's your sex dungeon. I got you.
Yeah, that's our sex dungeon. Is a double wide outhouse.
It's 2-story. There's a
yeah. Hey, it has to have a middle stall so that Lizard can come in and participate.
And everything goes down the bottom. So you don't want to be the top, not the bottom.
Exactly. That's why there's holes out the bottom, so it just falls out that way. If you know what I'm saying over here. Anyways, let's crack on and say hello.
It's made of wood, so it's brown, and that hides a multitude of sins.
You don't. Stains are harder to see. Exactly.
Hey, but you have to put something around the glory hole, otherwise you get splinters, and those splinters from the glory hole ain't nice, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I know most of you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, anyways, let's crack on. Let's say hello to the commander.
Commander.
We've got a Druzilla. Mr. Fear.
Hello, Mr. Fear.
I feel like there's way more of you fuckers out there watching, but you can say hello whenever you want.
We get our lurkers, right?
Yeah. I heard she wanted to be on top, and his masculinity couldn't take it. Who are we talking about? I got lost.
Probably Lilith. Lilith wanted to pretty much be what Adam was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she was definitely a dominatrix, the first dominatrix.
That's why God was like,
whoa,
no bitch. Yeah,
exactly.
You can't have that. You can't be in control. You're a woman.
Yeah. You gotta shut up and I'm gonna stop there. Anyways, yes. So she definitely was
Adam's ribs so you could take control, bitch.
Exactly. All right, so let's crack on. If there's anybody else in Cinema Chat who has not said hello to us, say hi to us if you would like. If not, you can be a lurker. We don't mind.
Hey, whatever your kink is, we don't mind.
Yeah, where you don't kink.
I get the rib cage. I get the rib cage. Protecting like your heart and your lungs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What for men? Why didn't God make a rib cage in the scrotum to protect that area?
the goddamn scrotum rib cage didn't go over good with the I don't know. I'm sorry. I was gonna go somewhere and I lost it, and I don't know.
Well, men can't.
Hey,
the rib cage protects the vital organs.
God wanted to
you
make
can lose your scrotum and still survive. Okay.
God wanted to.
Rib cage protects vital organs too. Believe me.
God wanted
you can live
to
without
give
your scrotum. Just saying, you can't live without your heart or your lungs or your kidneys.
Well, God gave you a place for you to have a bullseye so you can get kicked in it. Because if you ever, it's your stop button. If somebody ever needs a reset you or stop you, they just kick you in the nuts and you just reset.
That fucking certainly is a reset.
like Data's off button. Like Data's off button. They just kick him in the nuts and he just stops.
Exactly. That's why God made it, is so it can be.
Honestly, I'm sorry. God gave the rib cage to provide your vital organs you can't live without. You're responsible for the lower area. Just saying.
Well,
he can't do everything for you, right?
The thing, Bobber, is unfortunately there isn't a better way to keep sperm from not dying other than having an organ that like moves around, rolls around.
Well, it has to hang
goes
down
in and
because
out
of the warmth, right?
Yeah.
And
then if it gets too cold,
warm, or you get less mobility.
Oh,
sure. And then there's also.
My God.
There's also scrunching up inside the body if it's too cold or if you get in cold water. I hope most of y'all don't understand what it's like to feel your testicles go inside yourself, but I've had that happen a couple times from multiple different reasons.
Mine are always inside me. So my ovaries are always inside me. So
but you've never had them come out and then go back in. That's a difference.
No. I hope not. I hope not.
I heard sumo wrestlers, the masters, can withdraw their testicles at will.
Well, the Shaolin monks and stuff can do that.
About that.
The Shaolin monks supposedly can do stuff like that. Yeah. The Shaolin monks supposedly, and there's a couple other of like Indian, Tibetan monks and stuff.
I think that's my saying, an old wives' tale with that, I believe.
If we've not seen it on 4K video of it not happening, it happened. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just saying.
I think it's something they tell the students to, make them impressed or something.
Of course.
You swim in any waters around the UK, and trust me, your nuts are orbiting your kidneys. They're fucking freezing up. They shoot straight up.
But it takes the cold water. You can't do that.
I grew up in San Diego next to the Pacific Ocean.
Oh yeah.
All of the cold water from Alaska in the north comes down, and especially in the winter, it's like 30-20 American degrees in the water, and it's fucking cold as fuck. And if you go surfing, dude, you're freezing the whole time. Even if you have a fucking great wetsuit on. You still are literally still freezing your balls off, and your balls are literally.
I've swum waters for a reason.
You see, same thing, Mama. Exactly, similarly, Santa Cruz and all of that. It isn't until you get down to far down South America that it turns into warm water again. San Diego did have a mixture of a little bit of warm water and the freezing, so it was a little bit warmer than LA and up, but it still was cold as fizzity.
I can see why the Gulf. When I lived next to the Gulf of Mexico, it was like bath water. It was so nice. It wasn't too cold, but it wasn't too hot either.
Yeah,
but it's protected down there. There's no, like you say, from here. There's the ocean with the cold water coming down the currents. None of that in the Gulf. Yeah.
And everybody say hello to Maya.
Hello, Maya.
And we're kicking all of the men in the nuts.
Yes,
because their off switch is their testicles.
That's their off switch. Is their nuts.
No.
That's how you turn men off.
I did one of them.
Literally, not figuratively. Literally.
I was in Sweden once where you do the sauna and then the ice bath.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
When I got in the ice bath, trust me, I had 3 Adam's apples.
Totally. I've done polar bearing, where that's where you wake up at like 6 a.m. and you jump in ice water and you swim multiple laps back and forth and then jump out. Hey Jay Troy, And there's a captive desk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Captain,
You
hello.
want to join us, Maya, and kicking all the men in the nuts to reset their button? Let's put it that way, I guess.
No, please
That's how I'm
do
gonna
fucking not
reboot it.
touch my fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
That is a
Hey,
reset.
hey, there's a lot of men who will pay lots of money to get their nuts kicked
Yeah,
in
that's
by
what
a
I'm
beautiful
So not
lady.
only can't you touch his clogs, you can't touch his nuts either.
Sure, yeah, but you can stick things up his butthole all day long.
Oh yeah,
But we'll talk
he'll
about
let
that
you do
later.
that all day long.
Yeah, we'll talk about that all later. Hey, Demon Orb.
Hey,
Hey,
Demon.
Demon.
Yay, most of everybody's here. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like foreplay. Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
Get
exactly.
a nice kick in the nuts and
No! Fuck no! Do not fucking touch my nuts like that.
Well,
Be
here's the secret.
fucking
That's how we get men to
gentle.
do foreplay. We kick them in the nuts. They won't be interested in themselves for a while. So they'll
They're
keep
like, okay,
attention
God
on
damn it, I'll
us.
go down. Yeah, they're like, God damn, I'll go down on you for half an hour because I can't use this for like 10, 30 minutes
Right.
or whatever.
It's a little trick we women use.
It just sounds weird though when they look up from the underneath the sheet and go, "Am I doing that all right for you?"
Okay, Mama, you need to read this, please.
All right,
if you don't
and
mind.
and good luck with that. I've been a nut kicking since '89.
Oh, that was amazing.
She's
And I
been
had to have
storing 'em up
you.
since 1989.
Yeah, I had to have you saying it because it was way better for you to say it than me to say it. So, anyways, let's crack on. I love how we always get so distracted and
We get
off track,
derailed so easily.
derailed like a mug. Just like we, just like we did yesterday on Lizard's stream. I totally took it into that weird freaking
not hard to
racist
do.
town or something like that we were talking about. Oh my Jeebus, it was so funny. Oh my god, if you didn't see that.
And don't forget the donations. I'm Mango
Oh my
Jones.
god, oh my god. Dude, if
Did she get
everybody, dude, they made like both of them made like $100. I made $20 yesterday from the stream for no reason, and then like Hooves.
Most of it was Hooves and Maya.
And they kept like every second like doing a super chat. Sorry, no. They paid them in a way,
PayPal.
And then they had them reading PayPal and or whatever's. And anyways,
Cash App. Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
No, that's exactly why we love having you here.
Not derailing. You're not a professional streamer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
You know? If you're not derailing a stream, it's not a professional stream. I'm sorry. That's just how that works.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
And
no
if you don't
troll.
have technical difficulties,
no troll.
Yep. No glitches, no nothing. I'm sorry. You're not a streamer. You're a wannabe.
Yeah, exactly. And we do not go. One of the major things. One of the major things we do here is obviously we don't go off a script. We have barely planning. I do a lot of planning. I do. Sorry,
You do.
I do. But literally, like I look over these things. We go over all of them together. Pretty much. I can't 100% watch everything we go over, but I do scan it and I do preview it. I'm getting a little bit better at going over more of the topic that we're going over in like the videos, just so I can need to talk about something or skip over things. So like I'm getting better at that. But no. So this is the reason why we're going over this today. And I had already decided this a week ago, if not longer. But this is the reason why I really didn't want to talk about fascism. I didn't want to talk about January 6th. I didn't want to talk about Trump anymore other than making fun of him.
January 6th wasn't a fascist attack. There was a handful of fascists.
Well, hold on.
And
yes and no. Yes.
And the other boys. That was domestic terrorism.
Yes,
instigated
but
by an authoritarian.
Fascists.
But
no,
wait,
it was instigated by a government who thought he was still in charge. So that's domestic terrorism.
Yes, but we're going to find out there were a shit ton of these fascists that were behind the scenes that were actually
Yes.
being led
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Trump.
yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, white supremacy
Trump is fascist.
and Proud Boys and stuff like
So
that.
that's what.
Mega
So
is
unfortunately, well, hey Al, everybody say hello to Al.
Hey, Al.
How's everybody doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing a lot. Right.
He's here. He's here.
I know.
Have you stopped peeing blood yet, mate?
No, but it's
oh shit,
it's getting better, and
good.
You know, and I'm back to work tomorrow because it's a holiday here.
Sweet.
So
okay.
I had an extra day off, and I'm gonna try to make it work.
Keep up the recoup.
Thank you.
Is that the normal process of what's going on right now? Is peeing blood, or
Yeah,
is that something
it's
that
normal to have blood and other stuff come out.
Okay,
and
okay. I thought so, but I wanted to make.
Yeah.
Was it a kidney stone you had, or?
I had a kidney stone, but I have a single kidney. I had a kidney stone with a laser lithotripsy or a laser cystoscopy.
They break it up.
Okay, they broke it
They
up.
put a camera and a laser in me through all of the natural openings that you have up into the bladder. Then they find the opening into the ureter.
Gotcha.
Then they find my kidney. Then
That-
they
that's-
worked
so
in
that's
there for
obviously-
like an hour,
yeah.
blasting away
Yeah.
at shit.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of irritation that's got to work its way through.
It's a lot
And
better
then
than actually opening you up or doing laparoscopic
it is.
surgery.
It doesn't
It's
sound
kind of
like
like it's kind of like Space Invaders, right?
Right.
But yeah,
I
no,
go
it's
there,
pretty
they
rough.
blast.
See that now.
I'm sorry.
They also
I'm
put, like,
sorry.
They also
Just
left
right
the like the garden hose inside me to drain everything
God,
out, so
so
I don't
funny.
jam up.
Thanks, Skid.
Hey,
Skits.
Well,
oh, we got to
Skits
show
do.
our thing for skits.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
would
so
like to get a
anyways-
kidney
anyways.
stone and send it to Roger over at Piss Flaps University.
well, he'd say that I had a fucking unicorn egg in there or something, right?
Right. He'd make
That's what
some
I
sort
mean.
of,
It'd
oh,
just be
look,
fun
it's
to
a
send
bright
them.
white blood cell from a giant or something.
He would say it was a dragon egg. Anyways, let's crack
Not
on.
like a fucking
Skits-
dragon egg.
Yeah, coming out, I'm sure it did. Anyways, let's get some Crushers here. So everybody say hello to Skits.
Hey,
That's
Skid.
good.
And we have
Glad you watched
our
Planet of the Apes with the kiddo. Yeah.
yeah. Will not distract you very much, and we'll get into this thing in a second. But here is their stuff.
Yes.
Oh my Davis. Okay.
Cat also doesn't hit the window slowly.
No.
and-
Full
Bam.
I know. And thank you, Skitsmacrasher, so much for the 5 gifted memberships. If you just got one and you didn't have one, thanks, Skits, if you're here. And I will play this because if there's any new members. So, if you are a new member, the reason why that is a thingy-mabobber is I made all these awesome little emojis that you can only put in if you are a member. So we have lots of those, and in the near future, I'm going to be working on making new ones or replacing a couple of them or making them look better because I needed to spend a little bit more time working on them. But it's okay. Anyways.
I know 3 of them. You've got the I don't know Ziggy the Fax. Obviously, we know Doorknob Head. He got a membership. Jojo Capone got one. I don't know Pecan. Hunter Biden's laptop. Well, everyone knows that.
We know Hunter Biden's laptops.
Yeah.
I
I
only
don't
got him out
know.
of the shop too.
I don't know Pecan or Ziggy for Fax.
What, we're doing a shot? What?
I don't know those ones either.
Oh yeah, well.
All right, so I will do a shot in a second because you did that, Skitsmacrasher. We will begin doing that as well. If if memberships are bought, we'll do shots as well because that still helps pay into the whole like
Right.
helping my monetary value on this. And the reason why I mean, I do this because it keeps me sane, but part of the reason is because y'all are sitting here and become members, and you interact with us so much on here's. So, Jesus Christ, let me do one shot of the blue, which is the fucking shit I fucking hate. And then we'll go ahead and start this. And this is the reason why we honestly are doing this. And I didn't even know you was going to do this, because this morning I woke up to this video and I was like, son of a bitch, this is exactly why we're doing this fucking stream. So cheers, bro, salute, Solange Skull, all the above, and
cum face. Here it goes.
No, that looks like it's surprised that there's somebody underneath his desk face.
Bed Woodcock.
Why would you be surprised about that?
Who is this?
That's
how is he surprised?
We'll talk about this in.
Why is
No, do you remember the movie Police Academy?
I do. They shot that in my home.
They had that. They had one of the pranks, and they had this hooker, and they hit her underneath the podium, and the captain
I remember that. Yeah.
stepped up. He didn't know she was there. All of a sudden, he hears
zip.
That was Commandant Lassard.
Yeah, well, can't remember.
Yes.
Commandant. He had no clue she was in there.
God, that was so.
And Mahoney stuck his head out the podium.
Technically, that was non-consensual.
That was non-consensual, but he did. It was like, whatever. I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the 1980s. Anyways,
early 80s. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Early 80s, yeah.
So, anyways,
y'all were still in diapers when that movie came out.
I was.
I was.
Me neither.
Well, majority of
the
you.
others were.
Well, I'm back in it now, but that's the difference.
Brainless and slim. Yeah.
Excuse me, pardon me.
We're the babies.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's crack on with this. And like I said, this is the reason why I figured we had to go over this subject, and the video content creator that we're going over is fucking amazing. We've gone over them 2 or 3 times with their content, and we'll talk about them in a minute. But this is what, and this is Jesse Dollamore. And he's going over something very important that just happened through and you'll hear. I believe I started at the proper point.
And I should do a better job of not letting things like this fall through the cracks. And that is what this is. This is an article from Wired a couple weeks ago, the headline of which should disturb you. It should be a problem for everyone leading into the 2024 election. It's kind of a replay of 2016. It's a replay of 2020, and there is danger.
So, I'm sure he's not going to copyright me or nothing. But we like to break this up. We like to interact with the content that we're watching. So, I bet y'all can't even imagine what he's going to say next. And if you have any guesses, go ahead and say it in the side of my chats. But here we blow, because I was dumbfounded about this until I fucking heard it.
In front of us, if we don't face it down. Here's the headline. Extremist militias are coordinating in more than 100 Facebook groups. After lying low for years in the aftermath of January 6th, exclusive reporting shows militia extremist groups and profiles have been quietly reorganizing and ramping up recruitment and rhetoric on Facebook.
Not
surprised. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So if
that hasn't gone away.
No.
Yes, it did go away, but then it came back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
I think
not
they've
surprised.
been just laying in wait.
Because they're waiting for
Godot.
They're waiting for
to exhale. They're waiting to exhale.
Next time they do it, they're not going to drag innocent, brainwashed MAGA members into their rhetorical fucking nonsense on the Capitol. They're actually going to be organized this time.
Yes, and what they're pushing themselves for and towards is a next civil war.
Yeah.
In the Americas, if Trump does not win.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want him to talk a little bit more about some of the logistics about who and when and where. And the reason why I want to do that is because the people that we're going to talk about in the next video are these exact motherfuckers. And that's what we need to learn about, is who these people actually are and what organizations they actually are, and how scurry it is that these idiots are around. I'm going to start this. I'm going to let him talk for a second, and then we'll be right back. I'm going to grab another burr, and then we will talk about it in just a second. Let me just double check that I'm not Mango. Yep. Oh, I was going to be Mama. So anyways, let me
hell out of us.
Yeah, exactly. There's two mamas. Anyways, so here.
Two of them have to be on double
twins, Basil, twins.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, let's crack on and let them talk more about what they found in this article, and then we'll go from there.
Donald Trump has promised as much. This is a warning I've talked about time and time again, that the calls for violence, the coded calls for violence, are ramping up. Donald Trump using his dog whistles, oftentimes not even dog whistles, he's just using a megaphone
right.
To talk about, to challenge his viewers, his fan base, his cult members, to get ready, to be prepared, to put into action another event like January 6th, where their failed coup attempt might be successful a second time. Join your local.
Yeah, and so that's why that's why I'm scared, and that's why I want to go over this, is because they're gonna try their hardest to not. The thingy they didn't do last time was they didn't Alamo it.
Slim,
okay.
They
let
were
me tell you, these guys with their AKs and their do you think they're going to do well against the tank and the whole American armed forces?
Okay. Well,
go far at all. They may be
but like,
also,
if they're already planning this,
yeah, but they
can already
wait. Hold on. We're going to find out how many active duty members are actually involved in a lot of these militias. We're going to find out how many generals and other things are. So is our military going to fucking try to take them over, or is our military going to be involved? I don't fucking know yet, but that's why we're going over this.
Don't forget the National Guard of each state too.
Yeah, and same thing as well. And like, there's so many things, and that's what we're going to go over, because the reason
Joe Biden paid his fees for NATO, because NATO will be involved, especially in an American civil war.
Yeah, and we've never had war on our own shores per se. There's 9/11, and then there's fucking Pearl Harbor.
9/11 was a terrorist attack. It wasn't a war.
Yeah, and I know, and same with Pearl Harbor, technically.
So we really haven't had war on our shores since the Civil War.
Yeah,
well, that's not. Is that true? Maybe. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the Civil War.
No, we've never had war on American soil since Civil War.
I was thinking about
they've always been other places.
But yeah, you've always gone other places. Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, yeah. So once again,
another fun fact. America has never won a war it's waged.
Of course not. Yeah, totally. Wait. Did we win the taking ourselves away from the Queen?
Oh, I think if you listen to the British, they evicted us.
That was Boston Tea Party, as you call it, was actually a British Civil War.
Yeah.
Your War of Independence, and you got your independence. Yeah, you won it.
But only because Britain was like, we got bigger fish to fry. Let those kids play.
Then we conquered Canada, and you tried to beat us on land. You couldn't, so you circumnavigated and took over Alaska to try and flank us, and you still lost.
None of that actually happened.
And
not in that order.
And then
in that order.
And then Canada was like, "Yeah, keep Alaska. We don't fucking want that bullshit."
Korea,
I'm just kidding.
Well, no, the Russians had it first.
Yeah, and then it was
well established in Canada when you were doing your independence drive.
Yes, totally.
And the dumb Americans, they think, oh yeah, we won World War II. No, you didn't. You didn't. 2 years into a global war.
Yeah, we finally jumped into it.
We figured we're not getting, we're staying out of it. Nope. And then something said, guess what? You're coming right on in with everybody.
Until Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii.
Right.
You thought, well, fuck this. So it was all America, and then they came to Europe with them fucking ships you have that have golf courses on them, hotels, fucking casinos.
I don't think so.
And massive big ships.
Are you talking the cruise ships?
No, I'm talking fucking American. But them ones you need to ride a fucking bike to get to the other end of it.
Nah, what he's talking about is the fucking aircraft carrier. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anybody out there is in the Navy? I'm sorry.
I've been on the Enterprise. None of that stuff exists.
No, I've been on submarines and I've been on aircraft carriers. So I'm joking.
I have to admit,
but go ahead.
America did on D-Day. Americans were involved then, and they did storm some of the beaches, but the main job was done.
It was a very.
But America come in and claim the glory. Yeah, same at World War.
That's what we do, baby. We let everybody do the hard work. We come in and go. We're taking the credit.
It was the Canadians that came in first.
Don't get me wrong. America's in everything in the world. America's contribution is just as valid and as great as everyone else's. I have to admit that.
But we always say that our britches are bigger. Whatever.
No,
everybody say hell.
I think the only argument anybody has is that the Americans pretend like they were the only ones that were in it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna happen.
We are kind of like the teenager of the world.
We are.
You know, we think our shit don't stink, and we don't need to tell him you're not my daddy, and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And anyways, right quick. Everybody say hello to Reader of Pain.
Hi, Reader.
Hey, Reader.
Ivy.
And Tone as well. So, anyways, Mama.
Did we already say hi to Jinx?
Hold on.
Maya also has a point that
Maya.
I could have sworn Brit was, and we were still trying. That's why we burned down the White House.
That's true. They weren't they?
Yeah, that did happen
all
for
of that
sure.
Was long before the Civil War, though.
And then we.
Of course, it was. It was.
So you can have the fucking place. It's full of fucking coyotes and nonsense.
Sure.
Keep the fucking place.
I mean, let's face it. England's our daddy, and they kept trying to give us timeouts. We're like, "Fuck you,"
Yeah,
for quite a while. You know what I'm saying? We're the pesky, the belligerent teenagers.
Yeah.
And anyways, Mama said it, so here we go.
To be fair.
I didn't fall into that trap.
Okay, so
be careful, dog.
I find that I do. I find that
nice
an
Reader.
insult to me, to that TBF meme. Because I use that in my everyday language. Fucking hard to say it, not to say it on here. Really is. especially all the tangents we go on.
Mm-hmm.
You should never go on a tangent, especially not on Slim's stream here.
We always go on a tangent. We were talking about bum sex earlier. What's that to do with fascism?
I missed a big chunk of it because I was dealing with stuff. The family came home.
Yeah, same here.
Damn it, family! Why'd you come up? No.
Well,
Brainless was actually having bum sex.
I was home to recover, then they came home.
I was actually dealing with Karen-related shit. Because
You
now
didn't
I
get
booked I was like, I booked the same hotel as where my friend is staying. Yeah, I booked the hotel. Now she texts me, oh, yeah, my mom changed the hotel.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
you may if you do it fast enough, you should be able to get a refund. But anyways, let's crack on.
Yeah, but the other hotel is more than twice as expensive. They're staying at the Hilton.
We're a minute
Of course, I've stayed at the Hilton.
What were you gonna stay at the Crack Den Motel or something? What the hell?
Well, you gotta. The Hilton is the Paris Hilton's the best one.
I mean, I tried to stay inside of her, but it was too
that
large.
motel accommodates everybody.
Yeah,
That
it's
motel
too huge.
motel
It's like throwing a hot
It's
dog down the
commodious.
hallway. I mean, you're never gonna feel anything if you stay there.
Well, I wasn't.
Anyways,
That's not what I was.
Anyways,
Always bow down to a privileged cunt. Anyway,
okay, let's
I'm
crack
just
on.
doing the math.
this.
We're 143 minutes in. We're 47 minutes into the stream, divided by 2. Kind of
Okay, so we're on time.
Schedule, mate.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, let's crack on with this, and we'll go a little bit more with the what they're talking about in this article.
Local militia or 3%er patriot group. A post urged the more than 650 members of a Facebook group called the Free American Army, accompanied by the logo for the 3%ers militia network and an image of a man in tactical gear holding a long rifle. The post continues, now more than ever, support the American militia page. Now, many of you know I grew up in northern Idaho.
Okay, so let's get him into him talking more.
Apparently,
like
Josh, you
this
know who
part.
Josh Abrams is? Accountability for
Yeah,
all.
screw that hip. Screw that.
He has a
dude.
3%er tattoo on his hand.
Dude, the other day I was
He's
driving
one
down
of
the street.
3%ers.
Yeah, I knew he was. The other day I was driving down the street. This lady was driving with her hand on the freaking steering wheel, and I could see she had a 3%er fucking logo on the fucking top of her hand. I was like, Jesus Christ, bitch, you're that fucking hardcore of a fucking like.
I'm afraid to find it.
Extremist.
Can I Google
and 3%
this?
of what?
Oh no, we're gonna go over it in just a second. Don't worry about it.
You're
We're gonna
gonna
go over it in just a
explain
second.
the
But
3%.
no, we'll go over it in
3%
just
is
a
that
second.
like-
Don't worry about it. That's the next
How
one. Hold
smart
on.
they
That's
are, or
3% means that 3% of the citizens can overthrow a government. They only need 3% of the citizens to overthrow a government. That's what they think.
Or 111% according to that, which doesn't make sense. It makes sense ironically, but if you're trying to drum up business and be professional, 111% does not fucking work. Ironically,
Right.
it works, obviously.
Well,
but it doesn't work normally. So
you can have a 111% growth.
What they're doing is they're doing what the
you can't, Slim.
What they're doing.
You can grow into 100%. 100% will expand, but 100% is the whole. 111%.
Yeah, so that's why that doesn't matter. So that's why it doesn't make sense. Anyways.
The
idea of it.
Express things that well, but it doesn't actually work.
So what they're using is they're not using. They're using the Greek alphabet.
Roman numerals.
Roman numerals. There we
Correct.
go. Sorry, whatever.
Oh, well.
So, anyways, what they're doing. Hold on. What they're doing is they're running off of what the old motorcycle gangs used to do, which is 1%ers, because they say 1% of the motorcycle groups are illegal, and they're the hardcore drug dealers, murderers, artists, and other things. They're the 1%ers in the motorcycle gangs. The reason why the fucking punk ass little bitches did the 3%ers is because they're fucking rolling off of that.
So the American Civil War will be American Army and everyone else, obviously on the right, versus fucking Sons of Anarchy.
Well, we'll see. Hold on. I have a whole thing about how the second Civil War is going to happen. We're not even close to that.
All right.
Let's crack on to the next thing involved, because the rest of this doesn't really matter. It's just saying that there is like a crap ton of armored militia groups that the dangerous individuals and organizations list has come up with since 2021, and it's getting even larger. So let's get further onto this.
Just give them fucking taxes.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is a whole nother fucking can of worms. But anyways, let's get into
what amounted to a
the meat and potatoes of what we're going over today. And everybody, you're gonna fucking Mama, what's the warning that what's his name used to give
Face
us
bomb.
about the face and then the monitor and all that stuff? Do you remember
the
it?
oven mitt one, right?
Yeah.
It was something like keep monitors at arm length, have face bomb protection at hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact. I know you're talking about Blue Marble Science does that one. I can't remember his exact.
Keep animals out
of reach.
At a strangling reach. Make sure that you don't have boots or anything heavy on that you can break things.
Right.
Put on punching gloves. I don't know how to say it, because the first thing we're gonna hear, y'all are gonna get fucking mad at. And once again, this is why we're doing it. I'm not here to make us mad, but I can't not us go over this. Let's put it that way.
Do not wear a pair of Maya Atkinson's nut kicking boots.
Exactly, similar.
That's right.
So here we below, and yes, Easter already happened, but this was a thing that happened during Easter for this content creator, and this is the reason why they began doing, made this.
Jesus.
I can't say
no,
document.
I have a feeling. I think I know what this may be about, but go ahead and play it, Slim.
Yeah, so here we go.
Anyway, what do you think of when you hear the word Easter? Springtime, Easter bunny,
chocolate
candy,
eggs that I put up my butt.
And
Never
of
mind.
course,
Sorry.
The resurrection
these
of
little
Jesus.
guys. I have great memories of Easter egg hunts with my family, and now that I have
hey, stop thinking about the erection of Jesus.
Tiny JT,
a
is
young
that what
daughter
he
of
calls
my
it?
own,
Okay.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
give her the same experience. So imagine my surprise when we go to the neighborhood playground on Easter.
I'm going to speed this up just a tiny bit because why not? And then we'll put on the subtitles.
I think this has to do with another particular day that happened to be that day. But let's just roll on.
It could be.
I think
I'm
y'all are
afraid
going to be
it might
surprised. No,
Very
I believe
surprised
y'all are
something
going to be
else.
surprised on this unless you were
Okay.
in this area. But let's crack on, because once again, this is exactly why I feel like we need to go over this.
It's a very local thing. It might be something different.
Well, let's see.
It sounds like that's what you're saying.
What?
Totally. Oh shit! There we go.
And there are a handful of adults trying to keep kids from picking up a bunch of eggs. It seemed a little weird. So I asked one of them what was going on, and they said, better not to look inside. So naturally, I had to look inside. Here's what I found.
Okay.
So inside the egg was...
Even for someone who keeps tabs on these freaks for a living, this was a...
Really?
This is not what I thought it was going to be.
It's not what I thought it was either.
At all, because there was another up in arms thing. This is fucking...
So all those eggs got dusted for prints and looked into who dropped them there?
Yes, so we do know,
shit.
and the organization,
the children.
The organization has its Patriot Front, and we're going to talk about. If you don't know who they are, we're going to talk about them. They literally put their own thing on. They have them with their fucking masks on and their fucking hats, and we've gone over them a couple times on this stream. Who these idiots are?
Yeah,
But
but like,
literally,
if people have handled those, so there's fingerprints on them.
If they're targeting children like that, these guys should be on the sexual offenders register, as far as I'm
Yeah, they should. They're predators.
So
They're
we're
predators,
gonna
they're just
So-
child abusers.
we're going to talk about
It's
what.
abuse.
So just hold on. Just like we talked about in the last video, they're on lists. They're watching these fools. They already know what they're saying and when and how. They're
Right.
I don't know how they're waiting for blah 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 yakety schmackety. But anyways, they know who these idiots are, and then we're going to talk about how the FBI is looking into them and stuff. So once again, it says one nation against beep Patriot Front USA, and it has them with their face masks on and their hats with their logo on the top of it on these things. That they did an Easter egg hunt, and this is what they had inside it for the kids. Instead of, they could have put one piece of chocolate, they could have put one piece of fucking candy in there instead of any candy. They
then
motherfucking
again, like like this is gonna be like the kids will hate them for this.
Exactly, to me.
Like,
That's what I'm
they find
saying.
out, it's just a piece of paper. If they put chocolate in it, like, oh, these nice people gave me chocolate.
I don't know if you have a thing over there called the Kinder Egg.
No, those are illegal over there.
Wait, hold on.
In the States, but
hold on. There's a different version of them. Yes,
we have
do
Kinder
have
eggs,
them.
but they're not the same as you guys have.
Exactly. They're the American version.
They're trusted at 16 with a car, at 18 with a gun, but they're not trusted with chocolate with a piece of plastic.
21,
you open them
21 with
Kinder Egg,
alcohol and never
once
with
you've
the Kinder Egg.
unscrewed it and got all the parts out, you can make a 6-foot fucking wide drone out of that shit. I don't know how they do it. It's clever.
They're really simple little things, but like it's amazing how they make certain things fit in there.
But these white nationalists are actual. These are your fascists, your white nationalists.
Yes.
That's what. And the thing is, you know, they're as dumb as fuck because they know nothing about science or history. We all came from Africa. This is a known fact. This is scientific fact.
And just because
one massive continent, which has now become Africa,
and just because somebody comes from a different culture, has a different skin color, or anything, even one arm missing or anything, doesn't mean they're any different than anybody else until you meet them, you hang out with them, and then you talk to them and find out their values. That's when you can call somebody a dumbass or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you is. If you tell me you're a flat earther, you're a fucking dumb cunt. If you tell me you work for a space organ or agency and you're like blah 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 about quantum physics or something, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking smart as fuck. I don't care where you came from, where you grew up, because everywhere in the world motherfuckers go through all the same shit. Like literally there's not like better colleges in certain places than others per se, and people go and study things for 30 years. They're way smarter than our dumbasses, whatever field that is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and also, like, if you are a kid that comes out of a small African village with like that still has clay huts, and you manage to finish college, and you're smarter than any fucking American that finished college.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
but these people,
most of these idiots.
But these people are like the equivalent of the KKK.
Well, that's the problem is most of these people didn't even graduate high school or middle school or barely even got their GED, and those are the people that are getting stuck in these
absolutely,
fucking
yeah.
things.
What I was going to say, they all believe in God. Most of them, they all have a religious background, and they all believe in Jesus, who's basically a Muslim.
Well, Jesus was not a Muslim. Jesus was Jewish.
No, he's not a Muslim, but he's from that area. He would have looked like him.
Well, no, Muslims did not exist until the 700s.
Yeah,
after
he's
okay.
Yeah, we're getting into too much. They're Middle Eastern. What you mean is Middle Eastern.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I think he was getting at. Is like, he would not have been white. He would have been olive skin and blah blah blah. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Olive skin, Mediterranean colored. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I forgot where I was going. Other than these
sorry.
Most of these idiots are not educated at all.
No, they're not.
I was going to say. Hey, Jasper. Everybody say hi to Jasper.
Hi, Jasper.
What I was going to say is all of these evangelical Christians are all these people that were raised in I almost said outhouse, but I mean double wide trailer. They were told they're going to get rich and famous from doing nothing because they're white, or because if they're a white man, all they have to do is just exist, and women will bow down to them, get pregnant, be barefoot in the kitchen, and
Slim. Like, so I came across this speech at one point on Instagram, and like I've never forgotten about it, and like it fits in with this so well, and like it's like 3.5 minutes. I can share that, right? It's a very I think most people here will agree with.
Get on with it.
Sure. As long as it's going. But anyways,
it.
we were taught we were taught as white men that we're privileged and that we should get anything from the American dream. They should give me a house. They should give me a car. They should give me a wife. Make sure she's pregnant. Give me kids, and she should be making me sandwiches barefoot in the kitchen. And that's what people are. That's why these idiots are so upset, because they realize, they're like, feminism. No, people want equal rights. They want to not be pregnant.
Women want to have opinions and have a life other than you.
But that's what
and
they're
care
scared
about their
of.
body. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
That's exactly why this is happening, and that's why we're going over this, and that's what's happening. Just like with incels. Incels are fucking idiots that believe if I don't have a fucking anime fucking big-titted wife with a fucking virgin pussy that she's 14, that, oh my God, I can't have her. She's 22 and she's been with 3 dudes, then I can't date her. And if she wants me, that's gross. You're fucking an old hag. And it's like, it's your fault, you dumb cunt, not everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
This dude puts it perfectly. I don't know if any of you've seen it before, but like full screen.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
Yeah.
Dwight Schrute.
Yep.
The entire this incredibly useful piece of information hinges upon your ability to pick the right idiot. I wish there was a foolproof way to spot idiots, but counterintuitively, some idiots are very smart. They can dazzle you with words and misdirection. They can get promoted above you at work.
And they hide in YouTube.
Even be elected president.
Oh.
I don't know what year it was.
If you want to be successful
11
in
months
this
ago.
world, you have to develop your own idiot detection
Probably last
system.
year then. Gotcha.
As part of the responsibilities of being your
probably
commencement
referring to
speaker, I'm going to share mine. Sure, I'm naturally suspicious of people who never saw the original Star Wars movies, and even more cautious of people who love the prequels and the sequels.
I get
And I
that.
admit this is not a reliable idiot indicator.
No, it's not.
No, the best way to spot an idiot, look for the person who is cruel.
That's so
Let
true.
me explain.
Mm-hmm.
When we see someone who doesn't look like us, or sound like us, or act like us, or love like us, or live like us, the first thought that crosses almost everyone's brain is rooted in either fear or judgment, or both.
Okay.
That's evolution. We survived as a species by being suspicious
Go ahead,
of things
pause it
that
right
we
quick,
aren't
pause it right
familiar
quick.
with.
But that is the difference between people who actually have a brain and others. Yes. Are there times that I like go into a situation and my immediate thought is ist? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, do I need to like, and then I'm like, calm your tits. Like all I need to do is just go, let's talk to this. Let's figure out the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just jump the gun on everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if somebody pulls out a gun, then yeah, there we go. Jump the fucking gun and fucking try to, you know. But
you might be
you
trying
see
to
somebody
shoot
in
the mugger behind you.
Well, that too, but like exactly. So once again, just because your monkey brain goes, ooh, you got to go. Hold on.
That is exactly what he's saying. Like, when I hear him say this, like, I fucking get tears in my eyes because, like, this is so much. This is so fucking deep.
Yeah.
Like, no, exactly. He's saying it perfectly, and that's exactly
what I've always said.
You know,
it's the logic and reasoning part of your brain that makes sense of stuff. It makes sense of reality. People who don't see that, they're either brainwashed or stupid. But he puts it more eloquently than I do, obviously, because
just like
he's wearing a robe and a scarf.
The easiest way to put it. The easiest way to put this is pareidolia. Just because you see a face in a tree doesn't mean there's a fucking person living in that tree, or that tree is a fucking thing.
Right,
you have to you have to sit there and go, wait. That looks really fucking awesome, and I wish there was fucking trees that were fucking alive. But no, obviously
They
this
are
goddamn
alive.
fucking shit.
All trees
no,
are
but,
alive.
yeah, but when your brain thinks that it's fucking, it has a face in it, and you can talk to it, and you're like, okay.
Or like
yeah,
at night,
yeah.
you see two pairs of glowing eyes. You don't equate that. Maybe it's an animal. You think, ooh, ghost, because your mind is so suggestive.
Sure.
That
Or headlights, or anything. But again,
How
once
do you
again,
know a tree
it's
is
your brain.
sentient, brainless?
Well,
because I talk to them.
What about when they're chopping them down? Do they go, ooh, oh no, oh right there, yes, ooh. I don't know.
I mean, every time I stick my dick inside of a knot in a tree, it definitely. Never mind. I'm sorry. We'll get back on that.
Just a little tangent on that one. Like everybody knows that awesome smell when you walk outside and people just have been mowing their grass, right?
Right.
I'm allergic to grass, so
that's the smell of grass tears.
Exactly.
That's literally a compound they spray in the air to warn other grass of danger. I don't know what the grass wants to do, if it wants to run away or whatever. But
there was a show in the 70s in the UK. Well, it wasn't a show; it was actually a film. It was, it's real, what you'd say as a B movie film. But with this scientist invented a thing where he can talk to the plants and the trees.
Yes.
And when they were chopping them down, these trees were actually screaming in pain and whatnot.
And we have lots of research that shows that they do react negatively, and they do share things and stuff and things.
Yeah.
But we'll go over that in another stream, because I can go over hours about that. Anyways, let's crack on with this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I just wanted to break this up and just say my 2 cents. But let's crack on and let's listen to the rest of this, and then we'll get
In order
on
to
to
be kind,
this.
we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges.
Yeah, because
This
we
may be
want
a
to just
surprising
beat things
assessment,
up.
Because somewhere along the way in the last few years, our society has come to believe that weaponized cruelty is part of some well thought out master plan. Cruelty is seen by some as an adroit cudgel to gain power. Empathy and kindness are considered weak. Many important people look at the vulnerable only as rungs on a ladder to the top. I'm here to tell you that when someone's path through this world is marked with acts of cruelty, they have failed the first test of an advanced society.
Yes.
Yep, most definitely.
The first thing you want to do is you want to beat something up. But if you can stand back and go, no, we're golden. Let's figure this out.
They never forced their animal brain to evolve past its first instinct. They never forged new mental pathways to overcome their own instinctual fears. And so their thinking and problem solving will lack the imagination and creativity that the kindest people have in spades. Over my many years in politics and business, I have found one thing to be universally true. The kindest person in the room is often the smartest.
Like that is such a deep truth that he's just saying there.
Totally.
And like it's something I've always known, but still, like he says it so fucking elegantly as well. Like, damn.
It does, yeah. It makes sense of it.
That's the annoying thing about Christians or the hardcore right wing, is they're like, we believe in the Jeebus, and then you're like, well, what about turning thy cheek and giving
forgiveness
food to the homeless and and loving thy neighbor and
love
stuff.
one another, all that.
And they're like, but we're in the revolution times. It's time to take up the fucking iron rod and the blah blah.
What they do is they demonize those that they don't like. Well, they're not human.
Yeah.
So that's how they justify being cruel, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So anyways, let's go back to here. Yeah. So now we're going to get into the different organizations that are the militias that are going to be the problems in the near futures. So here you go.
The Proud Boys are an exclusively male hate group operating in the US and Canada. Besides their deeply funny "no girls allowed" rule,
So
these
they're
losers are big
incels.
proponents of the white
Gotcha.
genocide.
Yeah, they totally
the idea
are.
that white people, a designation that seems to fluctuate whenever convenient, are being replaced by encroaching hordes of nebulously ethnic babies. The group has been described as an alt-right fight club, conservative extremists, alt-light, overtly Islamophobic and misogynistic, and all too willing to embrace racists, anti-Semites, and bigots of all kinds. They've engaged in political violence, attended the January 6th insurrection, and have been banned from pretty much every social media platform.
Yes.
Officially, the Canadian arm of the organization shut down after being rightly labeled a terrorist group. The Proud Boys were established in 2016, spearheaded by Gavin McInnes, one of the co-founders of Vice. Over the next...
This guy is a fucking douche.
He was a co-founder of Vice? Holy shit.
Isn't he doing 20 years now?
But he got kicked out like hella early, though.
Okay,
years,
so
they
it's
went
not
through
the
a
Vice
handful
we
of
know
leaders.
now. Okay.
The most recent being this guy, Enrique Tarrio, who in 2023 was sentenced to 22 years in prison for his role in the insurrection. Tarrio is a Miami Cuban, which tells you pretty much all you need to know as far as his politics goes. But it came out during his trial that he was also an informant for the feds, which led to a schism in the Proud Boys, who just...
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Okay.
He got busted selling drugs in his 20s or something, and then instead of going to prison, they made him a narc, and then he helped start this organization and got people arrested by getting them to do things just like what my Jeebus Christ, I think we talked about this before. They all have White Claws, yes, because they think white power, White Claw, even though that's like a little girly drink. But anyways, yes, they all drink White Claws.
I got you there.
I know I say wrong things, but you can't say that, little girl.
You just did.
Dude, no, it is. It is. Like, I'm not downputting that, but like, it's a seltzer. Anyways, if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. It's a white bitch drink. There we go.
You're not sorry.
I'm kidding.
White bitch.
You're pure evil.
Yeah, you are a
B-movie, bad
narcissist.
B-movie?
You're Donald Trump with a tattoo. And not orange.
So anyways, I forgot what else I was gonna say about this twat whistle. Other than he was an informant. But he my ex, her ex, and actually one of my other exes, goddamn, two of my exes dated this douche.
Slim, dude, really?
He was an informant for the FBI or something, and he drove this hearse around, and he had guns all in it, and he was trying to get BLM and Antifa to take up arms and break the law. And every time that he tried, they have video of it that I went over and I looked at, and audio and all this stuff. Every single time
we went over him on one of the streams, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We went over him one time.
Yeah, you said
all of those people were literally, every time he pulled out guns and was like, let's kill people and stuff, they were like, no, we're here to peacefully protest. You're a fucking weirdo. And they walked away. Literally every time he tried to incite violence at BLM protests and Antifa, because if I showed a photo of him, he looks like a fucking like a fascist. He literally looks like and
the people.
Yeah, and him and his ex-girlfriend went to an event with that me and his ex were at, and they were walking around with baseball bats over their fucking shoulders. And yeah, dude. And I started shit
baseball
with him.
bats or Lucille's.
Well, no, baseball.
Yeah.
Because they were dressed up like the Joker and the Jokerette or whatever the fuck her name is, and whatever.
You mean Harley Quinn? Yeah.
Yeah, Harley Quinn. But I started shit with them, and I was ready to perform, and so I went and stood on the stage, and he was like, fight me, motherfucker! Come on, blah blah blah, come down here, and I'm like, no. If you want to fight me, you come on my stage, and we can fight on here. And there was a punk band with 4 people standing behind me. And before I got on stage, I looked at them and I went, y'all down to fight? They're like, fuck yeah, we are. And I'm like, cool. This dude's probably gonna. And so I stood on stage with a microphone. I was like, hey, come here. You want to fucking fight? Come on, come here. No. I'm not stepping off the stage. If you want to fight me, you got to fight me on stage. And he fucking walked the fuck. Anyways.
So how
swords and traps up there? That's why you wouldn't fight you on stage.
Yeah,
dude, there were so many deadly weapons.
He wanted Slim's
Well
attention.
weaponized.
Yeah, he wanted Slim's attention, but he didn't want everybody else's attention, right?
Yeah, but Slim, how good are you with that katana? Besides swallowing it.
I have way other things that are more deadly than my sword I swallow, and I'm not going to use my sword that I swallow.
Soldiers that come back from tour with PTSD have basically killed someone, and they don't agree with it. The people who get on with their lives, they're the nasty ones. What's that little kid called? Is it Rickenbacker? Kyle Rickenbacker?
Kyle Rittenhouse, are you talking about?
Rittenhouse,
the little,
who drove across there, killed someone, and he doesn't give a fuck. He still just they're the evil people on this planet. They're the wrong.
Totally.
Depends on who it is that I would end if it would matter a lot to me. If I would have to kill what?
Anyways, let's crack on. Let's crack on.
If it is to defend someone,
yeah, you can't make a joke.
Let's crack on.
No, you're trying to, but you can't.
No.
PTSD is mainly people who have killed another human being, and that plays on your fucking mind. I can imagine it does. I can imagine that just fucks you right up.
Yeah,
but
you've
ended someone. You start thinking maybe their children, maybe this and that, or whoever they fucking reacted with throughout their lives. You start thinking about all that, and it just fucks you up mentally. And
it's when you're talking about veterans. There's PTSD, but there's PTSD in other areas too.
Of course. Most of it is because you've ended a life. Most of it.
Yeah, and then there's the people like the person with the most distinguished soldier of the Australian Army, who has been proven to have just shot kids for fun.
Yeah,
really.
Anyways, we're not getting into all that idiot.
Let's say it this fun
but
subject.
I don't know anything about PTSD from stuff. Anyways, let's crack on.
Couldn't believe that one of their own would work for the evil government. You gotta love how naive these people are. When the judge delivered the sentence, Dario begged the court, "Please show me mercy. I ask that you not take my 40s from me." That's how quickly the tough guy act crumbles.
Wow.
Exactly.
Please, I'm only in my 40s. Don't take that away from me. You're still gonna be in your 40s, dude. You're just gonna be behind bars. You're not gonna die.
So then there's this group.
Percenters are the oldest group on the list. The organization.
Here's the 3%ers.
If you live in Texas like I do, you've probably seen 3%er bumper stickers. The name comes from the assumption that 3% of a given country's population is enough to overthrow the government. The group was officially dissolved in 2021 after January 6th, and you'll start to notice a trend there. A bunch of its members were thrown in jail, and once again, Canada labeled them a terrorist group. Like the Proud Boys, local branches of the 3%ers still remain active. The Oath Keepers are the next oldest, founded just 1 year after the 3%ers. This is another anti-government but pro-constitution group, and tellingly, its membership is 2/3 former military and police, and 10% active duty. Best guesses as
10% active
but
duty.
If you're active duty and you're part of a fucking terrorist organization, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's wrong.
That is the only fucking reason why it's not labeled a terrorist organization.
Of course.
They are terrorists, though. They're domestic terrorists, basically.
If you don't, if you don't
know, I'm gonna look it up.
If you don't know that, like most of the LAPD are in like the Banditos and like SOS and a handful of other things.
Yeah, because
I mean, there's so many gangs that they're involved with, and
but they're just rumbles, though, rather compared to this sort of mob, which these are your actual fascists. You're fascists.
Yeah.
Proud Boys.
The gang, the LAPD gangs, a lot of them are fucking racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mama.
As I say, I think for the FBI, maybe the Oath Keepers are a terrorist group.
Yes.
They're more like terrorists.
All of these are considered terrorist groups.
Yeah.
It just matters on how high up some of the people are and if they notice a
Right.
symbol or not or whatever. But anyways, let's crack on.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah.
Around 5,000 people, but the org itself claims to have a membership of 38,000. These thugs are known for showing up at protests, political rallies, and whatever events they determine to be woke, armed with guns and with
If
their
your
faces covered.
family member
Once again,
is part
a
of
number their
that,
higher-ups
you
are serving
should
over a
not be
decade in
able
prison
to
for seditious conspiracy,
have
though this group
anything
seems
to
to have
do
been more resilient
with
than their cowardly counterparts.
law enforcement or whatever.
Yeah, of course, obviously. But unfortunately, our military and police has this underlying thing where they haven't gotten rid of it yet.
The issue too is when they get people going in for things like that. I don't think they do that deep of a search on them, of a background check on them to see just what they're into.
Well, the thing is,
Do you know what I mean?
If you have a sergeant or you have a general or you have somebody higher up in a police department or a section of the military, they're going to turn a blind eye, and they're going to be trying to turn all of those people in their troop, group, blah blah blah, whatever sect, whatever that's called, into it as well. And so that's where we have these problems that hopefully we're looking into, but because there's so much of this going on, like it's not getting dissolved as quick as it should be.
Only technology will stop them. There's not enough resource or manpower to keep these people checked. So a lot of them do go unchecked, unless there's a technology that can just keep an eye on them anyway.
This is being fought, I'm sure, but like having a database where if anybody applicant to a national database for the U.S. Say you're applying for to be a police officer, they can look up your name and see if you've been fired from another police department, if you've been in a gang,
they're
things
trying
like that, right?
We're trying to get that more connected. Unfortunately, the thin blue line makes it so that if you get kicked out of one police department, you can literally go to another state
one in your
and just
state. Yeah.
Well, this is it. This is the problem with the United States, that the states are basically their own entity.
That's why we're going over this bullshit, because it's so fucked. Anyways, let's crack on with these idiots more. And these are the people that have been showing their face the most recent and been most outspoken recently, even though they've gotten their asses handed to them and been clowned out of downtown city areas. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab another burr, but watch this for a second.
They all love this Patriot stuff, and we'll get to that in a bit. Patriot Prayer was founded in 2016 in the suburbs of Washington State. Suburbs, that's another thing we'll talk about. Their whole shtick is to harass liberal and left-wing groups in the Pacific Northwest and get in street fights with anti-fascists, which have often been filmed and uploaded to inspire other budding fascists to get involved more physically. According to an informant, there are only about 15 of these guys. They've just been really good at making a name for themselves because typically fascists are cowards who will scatter when it looks like a fight is coming. Finally, the youngest org on the list, Patriot Front. This is another small organization, but I bet you've heard more about them than some of the others. Where the rest play coy and beat around the bush, these guys are explicit in their fascism. They've even got the fascies as part of their logo. If I had to guess which group would end up being the most influential...
The fascies, part of their logo.
Fascies sounds like an award program, for domestic terrorists.
Yeah. And like, and some of them say like, "Oh no, we're not fascist." Then why the fuck are you anti-fascists?
Yeah, right.
We're not fascists. We just don't like anybody. Like I'm a KOA Karen.
Equal opportunity haters.
I'm equal opportunity, unless you're like not white
fascist.
and like not a man and you don't
We
own
just
land.
homeowner association.
No, that's exactly it for
The
sure.
homeowners
This is why I
association.
believe that January 6th was basically 90% ignorant people that were brainwashed.
Well, yeah.
I say your Proud Boys and your Oath Keepers and all them that were there, they are the fascists.
Once again,
they've
it is
actually shown that, like with these pro-Palestinian protests and everything, or any pro whatever protests, people that are protesting don't know what they're protesting. They're just doing it because everybody else is doing it.
I actually
They
think
don't know why, and then they're told, "Here's what it's about."
they just get on with it. They just follow the pile. I actually think Antifa is a domestic terrorist group. In a way,
Antifa is not a complete organization.
No.
Yeah, it's technically
those
not.
are
There's so many
loose groups that use the same term.
Yeah,
it just means you're an anti-fascist group.
We were very good friends at the time with somebody who was the head of a Antifa organization in a certain country, and I won't say it, and I'm not even gonna because it doesn't matter. But we went over this many times where it is very, very sporadic. It's not organized enough. There's no central version of it, and they really don't do anything horrible. I mean, like
they loot and they spray paint and they do stuff.
No, that's the people that's the people that join in to just make shit.
Yeah, but isn't that terrorism in a form? Well, obviously not.
Spray painting stuff? No, that's vandalism.
Not walking in front of not walking into a busy town square and blowing yourself up. But
it is to cause enough chaos. No, well, sure, whatever. But it is to cause chaos to show society that we need to change things so that we don't have extras of the chaos for a reason. For a reason. It's not just for but again, it's not just for nothing. It is to get rid of the fascists. It is to push out the Nazis. It is to push out, it is for it is for actual reason. Unlike the fascists walking around and doing what we're talking about in this, where they're going, white oppression. Nobody's oppressing you, you dumb cunt. Like, you're just mad that like people are getting equal rights.
Yeah.
No, but also, like, if you're protesting and there's people joining your group and starting shit, then it's not your group that's being the terrorist.
And what have we come to find out a handful of times, which is there are people from the other side that have come in there, like the Umbrella Man, that have come in there and they've started shits because they're trying to make it
generally terrorism involves violence.
Yeah.
But there are different variations of terrorism, like paper terrorism,
just threats.
And the other thing
threats
is
and violence, but it's not just you can't like spray paint the word "I'm going to kill you" on a wall. If it's a black family, that's terrorism, right? Because that's a racial component, right?
Sure. And the other thing that happened is they broke into corporate places and stole stuff. Most of the time, they did not try to do mom and pop. Yes, did a couple mom and pop shops get vandalized? Yeah, unfortunately. Most of the time, it was...
Commander has it right. Most people arrested during Black Lives Matter protests were not from there. If you travel
areas they were arrested,
but that's what I'm saying. Those are the people that come to make shit.
Let me
just
finish.
Like
if you travel out of state or wherever in America to protest or do your thing, you're an activist, and that makes you either a fascist or a domestic terrorist. Either or.
Sure, and then unless you're Kyle Rittenhouse and you have an AK-47 and you're 17 years old and you shoot 3 people, and you're white, then
still make videos of carrying more powerful guns. Fucker, he needs to go.
Anyways, let's crack on more with this, and we could sit here all day long and talk just about protests and peaceful, and especially what's going on in the colleges right now and all that stuff. But that is another fucking episode, especially in France and whatever. Let's crack on. What we're talking about right now is for the fascism that's happening in the Americas, which could cause a civil war if the Trump doesn't fucking win. And or the reason, hold on. And the reason they have not fucking put him in jail for contempt of court is because they figure that there's going to be a riot out front of the courthouse if they do that. So the judge is trying its hardest to not get him put in jail, and he's trying his hardest to get put in jail. He wants.
Absolutely.
He's trying to do it on general principle,
If
right?
you
'Cause
and
he
I
wants
one
something to happen.
contempt of court, we'd be in jail now.
Dude, if I farted too loud in fucking court, I would fucking be in jail for fucking 10 days. You know, I'm like, I mean, you contempt of court, you farted. But now Trump, never mind. Let's try.
Your face is already enough for contempt.
No, as soon as yeah. When I show up to court, they're like, contempt of court. Go spend. Never mind. That's a good one. That would
because
be
you'll have to put clothes on.
Oh shit!
Because you're walking naked.
To be fair,
yes. To be fair,
Trump has never, since that day he was threatened with prison, has never broken that gag order again. Instead, he's got all his MAGA fucking
doing it instead.
Everyone did all that for him.
Did you see all 4 of those fucking simps show up with hey. Did you see all four of those simps show up, and they were like wearing the same suit, the same tie, and the same fucking shirt. But yeah, they literally like were like Trump simps going, it is wrong that a rich man is, and it's like, yeah, dude, if you
and then that Lauren Boebert had a kickoff at the end. No one knows why he's here. Yes.
Yeah, and everybody fucking left, and they didn't even listen to her, and they were like, yeah. So, anyways,
everyone knows why he's there.
Yeah.
Woman, go away.
And everybody was walking away while she was talking and stuff. And
everyone behind her was holding the sign saying bootlickers. That was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, right behind that one dude.
And they're all saying like, "Oh, we're the biggest group." When he asked for all of you to come to his court, there's just fucking 4 that showed up.
Okay.
4.
This reminds me of
moved away now. To be honest,
here's similarities between Delete Laws and Donald Trump. Delete Laws asked for the courtroom to be back with his supporters. He had 2 people show up, and I think one was a troll. One was a troll supporter or something. And he was narcissistic as well. He was creating crap in the courtroom before it started, putting his legs up on the pew as he's sitting there, and the bailiff came over and said, "Get your leg down." He was doing the whole Trump bullshit crap that Trump's pulling out.
It's like his visit to the New York Fire Department.
Did you hear
FDNY, as he calls it? With cheese that was all stuck together by now because it's basically
Mama, did you hear the Mama, did you hear the last Delete Laws freaking phone
yes, I
call
watched
or whatever?
Friar Troll's version of it.
Oh my Jeebus Christ, that was fucking hilarious. How he's like, like here's how you put down a fucking thingy, but whatever petition. You can't get somebody out of that circumstance with petitions. That's not how petitions work per se.
He was convicted of obstruction and resisting, right?
Yeah.
He's telling petition the judge that convicted him. She's already doesn't have jurisdiction over him anymore. She only had it for his bench trial, and then for the appeals where he tried to get bail while the appeals hearing is going, get out of jail. But he's already been convicted.
Is
the only bail after the fact, right?
And I believe the only time that you can use a petition to get out of something in the legal process in the Americas is a death sentence
petitioning
right?
a court means you're bringing a case to the court.
Sure.
He was literally asking people to like call, email, other things like doing cyber terrorism, things like that.
I'll be right
back.
It's go ahead, Mom. But it's called something when you like bombard services with too much information. You have a gazillion people call, you have a gazillion people email, you have a gazillion people blah blah blah, and you're just trying to fuck the system. And that's what he's trying to do, because he's like, I don't deserve this, even though what happened the day after or the second day after he fucking got a fucking put in jail for 134 days or whatever the fuck it is. He was like, "Oh, I should have sat there and been quiet. I should have listened to the judge. I should have blah blah." Yeah, dumbass. And now he's like,
the thing is, he claimed he was put in jail because of his court behavior in the courtroom. No, she says this is not why I'm putting you in jail, because she could have held him in contempt and she didn't.
Yeah, no, but it definitely is part of it. And that's
no, it was no part of it at all. I think she went solely by the video, and she kind of had made her mind up already, but she still had to go through the formality of hearing the defense and hearing the prosecution, right?
Sure, but you being a douche nozzle in court didn't fucking help your fucking case at all.
No, it didn't help his case. God, no.
And so you think by you being a douche nozzle in court that you should be let out? No, literally, that's the reason you should still be in fucking jail. Sure, Mama, I get you saying that she only went off a blah, but for me,
I'm using
that's
her
why you
words,
should be
by the way. Yeah,
totally, Mama, for sure. But to me, even if she didn't do contempt of court, what you did to the fucking bailiff, what you said, how you said things, how you acted in court that first time, you deserve to spend fucking almost a year in fucking jail.
The thing
to show
is,
you you're a fucking
the
cunt.
mid-sentence for both his charges. He could have gotten 80 days. He could have gotten a year consecutively.
Yeah,
up to 6 months each sentence. He got 90 days per charge.
And she could have told him to spend time with Bubba. Anyways, I'm sorry. Let's
well, that would be Roy, but he has no time with Roy anymore.
Can I put in, because I've coined a phrase for.
Go ahead.
Cop botherers. I think that's pretty appropriate. He's not an author. You're a cop
bugger. No, cop buggers.
They're cop harassers, in my opinion.
Cop buggerers. I like that way
cop
better.
Buggerers?
Yeah, cop buggerers.
They start with...
They're just bloody cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cop parasites. That's what they should be.
Yeah. I'm just putting out that,
parasites.
Yeah. Between Trump and Chile, they're both narcissistic and they're both pulling the same bullshit in court.
No, it's exactly. This is what
difference.
Happens.
The difference is how much money they got from their daddy. That's the difference.
But both of them, but both of them are white privileged cunts that have never had to do anything in their life. They've been given everything. Every time they've asked for something, somebody in some way, shape, or form has given them that. And then they've gone and blown that bullshit and then been like, oh my God, I need more and more and more and more. And
see,
yes, I'm a carny.
The thing about Trump is he owes more than he's worth.
See, here's the thing with Chile that gets me.
He's got a mortgage on. He's still paying for. He owes more than he's actually worth.
They're only rich on paper. They're only rich on paper.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. He still has his dad's gazillion dollars, and that's what he's bleeding into all of this. And he's pretending he doesn't have it.
50 million.
There's way more in gold dockets and all.
Oh, he had enough to pay. I mean, literally spend how much did he have to spend to get his appeal or whatever it was?
54 million, I believe, out of the 106. So he has money.
He's not.
Once again, he's hiding a bunch. And what he's doing is he is pretending he has no money, and he's getting everybody to pay for all his legal fees and all the other legal stuff through all these blah, blah, blahs and yakety schmackety and him selling Bibles and all that stuff. But he literally is still sitting on a gazillion
he's not
dollars.
selling, he's endorsing. He doesn't sell them, he endorses them.
Yeah, but he's still...
You need to know who Chile is. You need to go...
Delete laws.
Go to Mom's channel.
Yeah, go to Mom's channel.
Comprehensive look at that fucking life.
Mom, post a link for a video with him in it that you have.
Yeah.
But anyways,
sure, I'll do my Karen video I did of him recently.
Yeah. Anyways, let's crack on
that's
more
a
with
good comprehensive video of him.
But anyways,
or imagine he's gone to prison. The phone call one was pretty cool as well. It was actually better, to be fair. But we
have to remember too. Delete laws got arrested in February. Still has to stand trial for that particular.
And
arrest.
he has two other thingies, Mavovers. He has to go.
Well, those are civil cases. I'm talking.
Civil.
Cases.
I'm sorry.
He's got a criminal case still.
Chile is a waste of sperm.
Yeah, and his mom should have swallowed. Anyways,
What I was going to
or took it up the butt.
Chile blames all police officers for what one police officer does. So by
And not
that
just
token, his father is Cuban. His father hit somebody over the head with a hammer and did 20 years in jail. So that means Chile is a criminal by default if he wants to go that route.
Totally, let's go with
Right?
that.
Totally.
Totally. Anyways, let's crack on and get further into this, and then stuff and things. So, anyways,
in the fascist movement, it would be Patriot Front. For a bunch of reactionaries, they're pretty good at branding, combining traditional Americana with fascist symbolism. In every successful past fascist movement, that's been a key element. It takes on the flavor of whatever culture it boils up in. You've probably heard the quote, "When fascism comes to America, it'll be wrapped in the flag and carrying a cross."
Yeah,
Case in point.
I've heard that.
Patriot Front is another group that punches above its weight in terms of membership.
So these are the idiots that run around large cities during pride events, people getting equal rights in certain ways, shapes, or form, union events and things like that. And they all wear these goddamn fucking masks with these hats and this fucking outfit with these fake ass fucking shields. And just wait until we see them getting owned constantly. I think they're going to show that in this video.
Estimates put the number at just 200, but they accounted for 82% of all incidents in 2021 that involved the distribution of fascist, racist, or otherwise bigoted propaganda in the US.
Yeah.
If you zoom out a bit, this is all kind of interesting. You've got your fraternity, your militias, your street thugs, and your propagandists. That's a pretty well-developed fascist undercurrent, even if, for now, they seem to be licking their wounds. What happens when they start organizing?
Yeah, no, they all hate fun, for sure.
Speculation aside, the important thing to realize about American fascism is that it's not confined to this handful of explicitly fascist groups. It's become mainstream among the American right. Let me give you an example.
Like trad wives, if you follow trad wife stuff, at first it's like, oh my god, you should be like baking for your husband, or you should be doing this, or like, oh my god, it's so fun to like be a housewife and to like raise my kids. And then all of a sudden it's like hollow earth, flat earth, all this weird shit.
It leaks into other stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, then all of a sudden it turns into fascist, weird, crazy shit. Like Hitler was right because why didn't he want to help his country? And you're like, oh my Jeebus Christ, like totally he could have helped his country without killing everybody else, you fucking weirdos.
Well, he is one of the few he's one of the few politicians that made most of his promises come through. Everybody had a job, everybody had a car.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of still fake. I don't believe that
everybody had a job because everybody was working in the weapons factories.
I don't know about that.
Everybody had a car.
Citation needed. I still don't believe that was proper, and I don't believe that was right. Maybe it was, but I don't think it was. He was. I think they were flubbing numbers.
I'm Volkswagen.
See, but
oh my God.
But I believe that they were flubbing a bunch of numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
don't
can't
forget Fanta. That started in Germany too.
Yeah, and like they were
that started in Germany.
They had to stop and start back up, and we'll talk about that later, anyways. But here let's go. Let's crack on.
But it's not going to be peaceful much longer. Okay, and this isn't a threat. I'm not a criminal. I've never been a criminal. I'm telling you, good citizens are going to turn into real concerned and revolutionary citizens real soon. And nobody else is going to say that. I'm probably the only person that has the balls to say what I'm saying right now. That we're building.
Unless you're on Rumble or
first of all, what
on...
I want to know this guy's definition of criminal is
being non-white.
Because
and being non-Christian. That's probably his definition.
Being goddamn globalist, which means you're Jewish.
Technically, if you've got a speeding ticket, you're a criminal. Correct? You've broken the law.
No, that's an infraction, not a crime.
No, they're still crimes. They're traffic violations.
That's a hold on. That's a goddamn policy violation. That ain't a law. No,
I was traveling. I wasn't. My car was going too fast. It was traveling.
Anything you're punished for is a crime. So speeding,
technically, it's a crime. There are degrees of crimes. It's still a crime. You're breaking a traffic law.
Yeah, once
Right?
you
And
reach
so,
12 points on your license, you get 3 points for a speeding infraction, depending on
And before we get further into this bullshit, if we were talking about like old world laws, you're wearing a hat inside, sir. That's fucking actually illegal. I can
Correct.
probably hang you by your fucking neck for that.
There are some
Anyways,
old obscure laws on the books.
yeah,
Like there's,
and
I forget where it was, but you can't like have your shoes untied. It's against the law. Or you can't eat ice cream outside or something like that. There's
and I believe hold on. And I believe wearing that tight of a shirt inside, sir, is illegal. So anyways, let's crack on.
No. First, no.
God damn
No,
it.
that is fight the tight shirt right there.
Let's fight the tight shirt. Anyways, okay, so NANA did it the 20, so we're gonna do fucking shots of the blue, I guess. I didn't mean to brag, but I'm an excellent cook. I would be more than happy to be a stay-at-home husband / dad. Slim, have shots with me. I'll send you food prawn.
Food porn.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Mom, for saying porn. If you don't believe me, I'm believing that's just me.
LOL, probably.
Sure, totally. Yeah, you can
Mechlal,
come in,
whatever that Mechlal could be something.
If you don't believe Mechlal.
I mean, if you ever want,
come on, I'm not even explaining that to you.
Okay, but anyways, hold on. You think Melania never fucking cooked? Of course, she never fucking. What are you talking about? Anyways. Son of a bee sting. All right. Anyways, Annie, if you ever want to come and cook for me, you're totally down. As long as you come to Fort Collins, then we can totally make that a thing. Anyways,
I'm sure you can join the Mile High Club while you're there too.
Yeah. Also,
we just got to drive up the mountain. Like it takes 10 minutes to drive up the mountain to be in the Mile High. No, I'm just kidding.
Also,
anyways,
a scorpion, Rocky Mouse, and oyster fry-up.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, oh my god, I don't want to drink this, but okay. Here we blow.
And how hungry you are.
Drink. Woohoo! Dumbass.
I don't
chug.
Oh goddamn.
Oh, speaking of that, I did watch it. Holy shit, that is a weird fucking show.
What, the Milk Chan thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched that
in the first 4 minutes, I've already heard like 6 times that clip of dumbass.
Yeah, but how many episodes? Did you get into?
I watched one. It was quite funny.
No, you get into 4. Watch 4 and then tell me, because
I also watched that other link that you put where Chin Sam was late for school and his mom just draped his uniform over him, passed him on the bus while he was still awake. That was fucking brilliant. I thought that was ingenious. It was.
Chin Chan. Yeah, that's also a weird cartoon.
I watched the other one. There was a lot of dancing and song in that at the beginning, and I watched about 5 minutes of it. I thought, that's not me.
I still wish we could play that on stream. Do you think we could play that on stream? Anyways, no, we probably can't. Anyways, I did one shot of the 10, and we'll get into it in a second.
You could always do it toward the end, Slim, in case you had to take it off for some reason.
No, we can totally. We'll see. We'll see when we get there, honey. Oh my god, honey. So, anyways,
okay, all right, Cookie.
And we do need to bring back Cookie, and we do need to bring back Hick. And I'm getting myself almost there. I'll bring them out of cryogenics, freezing, to have them do streams with us, because that's how I keep them alive.
Now, okay, he's in stasis.
I just have them in stasis for. But anyways, let's crack on more.
Running around the swamp.
Yes.
Milking gators.
Yes, exactly. All right.
He's got his shot collar on, so he can only go so far in the swamp.
And we'll talk about that later. NANA.
Organizing, and we'll work with law enforcement or without law enforcement. But you won't stop us when time comes, because our families are starving.
And when they use
what? Get a fucking job, you prick.
Then get Trump out of power. Like then.
when they use tanks, drones, and jets, fighter jets, you're not going to be able to have a militia that goes against them, you dumb cunt.
And I
Like,
want to know,
he's
how are their
literally-
families starving? I mean, are you literally
He's
not
not starving.
have a job? Yeah.
Yeah,
I get food prices are high, but come on.
He's
like-
got a belly. He ain't starving.
He
Not
what
as much
happened
as
to
me, but-
him? What happened to him is he used to be the head lawnmower, and then the goddamn Mexican came in and took his job, and it's like, no,
gerbs.
yeah, it's just because
Someone who
you
was
suck
starved.
it.
Someone who was starving,
You literally
walking out
suck
the
it.
courthouse with a t-shirt that was raggedy and full of dirt, and he just looked rugged as hell. But he's not. He's shaven. He's clean.
Yeah.
You're not starving, mate. Fuck you.
Yeah, of course not.
Well, then again, like
he just feels
like in one of the discords that I'm in, and I think Slim and Mom as well. Like the other day, somebody said like they hadn't eaten for 4 days. Like that does happen. Also, like people that
It does happen.
and that does not make you don't need to look like shit to have that happen to you.
No, I understand it does happen,
like,
but he makes it sound like he's like, I can't feed my family. It's like,
no, but like
that
what
the
he's
court's
what he's
job, the
doing,
government's job, you know,
what he's doing is he's trying to grab those people that actually are starving, because they're in the lower class. There are people starving, and like they're trying to pull them into their narrative.
no, he's trying to
they're
convince.
trying to make it sound
the-
as bad as possible, is what it is.
No, he's trying to convince the people that he's in front of, because there's nobody that's starving that's in there that he's talking to. It's just the local whatever that he's saying that to, and it's like, go get another job, or there's other things you can do to like.
And if
get
you don't have a
money
job, how is that? That sounds like something on your end.
it's a your problem, not
we feel
ours.
for you, but it's something that you've got to deal with on your own.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, literally, all you got to do is start taking photos of your wife's feet while she's like, stepping in pudding, and then guys can make $1,000 a month. Anyways, let's crack on.
Have her
with-
sit on
here
cake
in the
and bark.
UK.
There you
Anyway,
go.
sit on cake. Yeah, the cake sitting shit. I mean, there's so many things you could do to make money instead of sitting around going, I'm white, I should just get money for free. Anyways, let's crack on with this.
But we do not want a socialist. We do not want a socialist state. But the government's got to give me money.
Exactly,
Here in the
somebody. And
UK.
only me, and nobody else. And that's the problem that we have with all these idiots. They're like, I get the money, but nobody else. And it's like, no, we all should get the money, especially when all of us are putting it in. And I don't give a fuck if I'm putting in money to help others.
yeah.
Like, I'm cool paying taxes and shit.
But
Like,
here
it
in
doesn't
the
matter to me.
UK, we have a cost of living crisis at the moment. And people have done, mothers and fathers have done like 2 jobs for decades.
Here's 3.
They've done just to pay their way, or
totally.
get through it. These people won't do it. These fuckers, they don't want to work at all. They just don't
they want to be taken care of by the
Yeah.
government while bitching about the government and their intrusion into their daily lives.
Because they were told being white is right, and then no matter what they do, and they're supposed to have everything, they're supposed to be given
pay me because I'm
on a
white.
silver spoon and blah blah blah. But anyways, let's crack on. I'm gonna go ahead and
But this
play
again
this.
shows intelligence.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and I will right back. I got to use the loo. So here we blow.
Would call average conservatives. Only around 13% of those charged in the Capitol riots were formal members of militant groups like the Proud Boys, the Three Percenters, and the Oath Keepers. The remaining 87% were a mix of garden variety Trump supporters and conservatives LARPing as revolutionaries. The overwhelming majority of people who stormed the Capitol were just average Republicans. And you can tell.
They were just
didn't look like the
protesting to
typical far-right
protest.
extremists. They were typically older, with around 2/3 being over 35. They were much less likely to be unemployed. A full 14% of the attendees charged were business owners, and 30% were white-collar workers. These aren't normal far-right extremist demographics. These are just Republican constituency demographics. That's why fascists target the suburbs, as we mentioned earlier. The aggrieved white middle class is ripe for radicalization. The average American conservative wants to overthrow the government to establish some weird anti-woke theocracy based on a mythologized version of the past. And don't take my word for it, they're literally advocating for it in their magnum opus, Project 2025, which we made a video about a while back. Okay, why is this happening? Conservatives have always been reactionary, but what's changed in the last decade or so? Well, there are a few factors. We'll start with the culture war issue, the white genocide myth. The Great Replacement theory is a classic among fascists. It asserts that there is a plot, which really means they think it's a Jewish thing, that the white race and white culture, whatever that means, are disappearing because of immigration from majority non-white countries. Fascists believe this will cause some general persecution of white people. Because, of course, they can't imagine the world being run without one race subjugating another.
Why do they think that?
Motivated the Christchurch shooter, Brenton Tarrant, and the El Paso shooter, Patrick
white
Lucius,
people
and it's both unfounded and blatantly fascist.
Majority.
We won't be surprised to learn that this theory has a historical trajectory that starts in World War II, runs through the European fascist movements, the American Nazi Party, and has now found a home among the majority of the Republican electorate. Here's a clip of Tucker Carlson endorsing the theory on Fox, calling it by name, and likening it to eugenics.
Biden just said it. To change the racial mix of the country. That's the reason, to reduce the political power of people whose ancestors lived
not
here
what he
and
meant.
dramatically increase the proportion of Americans who arrived from the third world. And then Biden went further. He said that non-white DNA is the, quote, source of our strength. Imagine saying that. This is the language of eugenics. It's horrifying. But
Yeah, that's
it's not.
That's exactly
I don't
what
think
that is.
I don't think there are many white people on this planet that have strictly white DNA anymore.
But
we're
also
so mixed now.
We have to address it because according to Fox News, everybody knows that Tucker Carlson spouts nonsense. That's what they said when they got sued for stuff he said. But nobody takes him serious.
He's a Trump supporter. Of course he spouts nonsense.
No! In personal life, he isn't. He fucking hates Trump.
Yeah, but you know what he said? He said that evolution wasn't real and creationism is real and blah, blah, blah. So anyway.
He's probably a Kent Hovind fan or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he totally is the
worst.
worst.
One of the other demons.
But you got to accept that people like him in this world.
Yeah, I know, but also, why do they think...
a platform to spread his shit. And he spread it so much that Fox News actually sacked him. They fucking fired him. They got rid of his bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, because they needed to blame someone. No, but also, like...
no. He's not a scapegoat. Fox News is most fucking famous in America for disinformation.
Yeah.
Well, TMZ. But anyways. But
also they said... So extreme that they had to get fucking rid of him because he was a prick. And now he's got a big channel now on Twitter, X.
Not really. Yeah. It's not that.
But also
big enough to get him an interview with Vladimir Putin. So that's a big channel.
Yeah, but also like, why did they say like, oh yeah, and then all the white people will become prosecuted when they become a minority? Because that's what they're doing to minorities right now. But the problem is
they're scared of once again. Equality is oppression to the people that are in charge. So that's why they're scared. So anyways, let's crack on.
The ruling class has taken advantage of economic precarity. Once upon a time, a group of super wealthy capitalists hatched a scheme to try to convince a group of vulnerable Americans to launch an insurrection and overthrow the government, at which point the group of oligarchs would establish what amounted to a fascist dictatorship in the service of capital. Sounds a bit like January 6th, doesn't it? This attempted coup was called the Business Plot, and it actually happened way back in 1933. The short version is that a retired general, one Smedley Butler, was approached by a would-be financier who offered him funding and 500,000 men to lead an insurrection to depose then-President FDR. Roosevelt's election and subsequent economic reforms had horrified conservative businessmen, who saw him as a socialist. So, naturally, when given the choice between socialism and fascism, they overwhelmingly sided with fascism, telling Butler they hoped to install him as an all-powerful Secretary of General Affairs, while Roosevelt would assume a figurehead role. Unfortunately for the plotters, Butler ratted them out. In his later years, General Butler had come to support FDR and was a fairly outspoken critic of capitalism.
So this is why we went this way instead of the other way. So hold on.
Referring to his past self as a high-class muscle man for Wall Street. The business plot failed, and it gives us a great example of how economic precarity can be weaponized to fascist ends. The capitalists understood that thousands of First World War veterans were disenchanted with the US, having not received their promised benefits, and they figured if they could just get a popular, willing leader to stoke the discontent into a fascist fervor, they'd have free reign of the country's economy, creating an unholy merger of capital and the state, a cornerstone of fascism. What we are seeing today has the same hallmarks of every other period where fascism has grown in popularity.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, but that's basically also what got done in Germany. Like
all over Europe.
Yeah, no, but like the economy was so fucking bad, and they just pushed certain narratives and like, oh yeah, that will change it, and like, yeah, that's how they got people behind them.
And how many people, say like in World War II Germany, went this way and eventually ended up on the other side of it? Because once you go down that slippery slope of fascism, it affects you eventually in one form or another, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's also like in that one video.
Power on earth behind him. He had the Catholic Church, which was the greatest power on earth back then.
Yeah, no, but like, that's also in that video that that American anti-fascism video, the really old one, where it says like, oh yeah, no, that group, oh yeah, that group is bad, and then all of a sudden say, oh, and that group is also bad. Wait.
Yeah, it starts with one group, and then it keeps going from one group to the next group to the next group, and it just keeps going and going and going till there's nobody left, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do then?
And that's what she said.
Yeah, it's not a revolution. It's not a revolution where it comes back around on you. These are just like movements. And the movements
but yeah,
they'll move a bit, but they will influence others on their travels.
Yeah,
so it will become a.
This though is
backed out, coming back.
Who's coming where? You perverts.
This though is only different. The difference is because of social media. It's instantaneous messaging people. Whereas before they had to like physically give papers or something. Yeah. Now we have instantaneous. So it's still similar movement, but it's quicker. And if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so once again, that's why we're going over this, because this is becoming a prevalent thing. I thought it was going to go away, but we're still going over some.
Eventually will go away. I think right now it's just the thing to do, right?
Yeah, and
we've all had those. We've all lived long enough. There's been trends in society where it's the thing to do.
So that's why we're going over.
Yeah, I think the internet is fucking dangerous.
Hopefully, we're not going to be going into a second civil war.
Hopefully not, but they've been saying that since Trump was president, so it hasn't happened yet. So,
well, if Trump doesn't win,
Trump may never be on the ballot at this point. Who knows?
And Trump supporters will be there. There'll be targets with their red MAGA hats anyway, and driving up with their guns and they're fucking in their flatbed trucks and parking up and making a barrier.
And honestly, if the Trump supporters don't see him on the ballot and they can go and physically write him in, write him in if you want. Doesn't mean you can't put him on there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there are options if they really want him in, but I don't think he's gonna make it in. He's too much of a liability.
No, he won't get in. No,
he's not going to get in. The Republicans I don't think are even backing him. The Republican Party is not even backing him.
Its supporters are a couple of million at most.
Yeah, they're a minority, but they're very vocal. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, and dangerous
and violent. Anyways,
dangerous. Yeah.
Yes, and so that's why we went over what we went over today. Maybe later we're gonna go over to. Yes, Idiocracy was a documentary for sure.
Yes. President Camacho.
If stuff does not get changed, like that is the direction that the world is going to, and not just America, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we're repeating history because we're not learning from it, right?
There's a lot of fascist things going on in different places, and in Germany they just arrested like 3 people that were trying to put in a dictator or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot the whole things. And then multiple
Well,
heads
Iran
of
at the moment?
well,
Iran,
hold on.
their president and vice president has been killed in a helicopter crash. So watch what
Yes.
they
Oh,
do.
Iran? Yeah, they just had that helicopter crash. Yeah, with the
And then a
Ayatollah on
couple
board.
and then what's his name from whatever got shot in his
Mhm.
car, and a couple of things have happened to world leaders recently. So it's very sus, and there's a lot of things, and that's partially why we went over to what we went over today, because I felt like it needed to be talked about, even though I'm hoping that this second civil war doesn't happen in the Americas or anywhere in the rest
Right.
of the earth, even though there's a crap ton of craziness going on around the earth. But
Or
thank y'all very much for
we could say that Trump is paying people to kill world leaders.
it's probably
We
other
could,
people
but
that
I
are
don't
doing
think
that.
that's
No, I think it's
what
I think it's others.
Private
But
conspiracy
anyways.
into all of this. No, I don't mean that.
I
at
think
all.
it's in those situations, it's people within their own country doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, there's just a lot of chaos that's happening right
Yeah.
now because
But
of
that
the
that
turmoil
sometimes,
that's happening.
but in the past, it has been known that in the past, America has had a hand in those kinds of things. Like, oh yeah, that group is against that leader that we don't like, so we just give them a bunch of money, no matter how racist, fascist, or whatever they are.
Well,
The Contras.
that's how
Anyways,
ISIS came to be. And Contra.
anyways.
ISIS.
Anyways, let's crack on. Tomorrow is Crackpot Conspiracies. We're going to be going over the second lands outside of the ice wall.
Oh God, of
We're gonna
course,
be
yes.
going-
The
we're
ones
gonna
we
be
don't
going
know about,
over-
but yet they have names.
Captain
Yeah,
Phillips.
those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The inner Earth, the outer Earth, the Black Pyramids, all of the stuffs and things we're going to be going over tomorrow.
Sounds like what happens in your sex dungeon, Slim.
Exactly. And then Thursday is going to be Flat Earth Dunces that we're going to be going over.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about the last Flat Earth experiment.
Yes.
Are they not all dunces?
Well, what is going to be happening is
The
they
final
are
experiment,
inviting.
yes.
Yeah, but
they're
not all dunces are
inviting-
flat earthers.
Of course not. But what they're doing, and we're going to be talking about it in great detail, is they are inviting people to go to Antarctica, to a place where they will see the sun not setting for 48 hours to prove the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, there's a place in I remember looking this up a while ago. You can
Yeah.
look up where in Antarctica where there's a 24-hour sun. It's like for maybe 3 days out of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that's where they're going.
Yeah, they're getting
They'll have to wait till next year because the sun. is-
December. It'll be in December when it's the summer over there.
Yeah, the sun is in the northern hemisphere at the moment.
Yeah, it'll be the summertime in December.
Yeah, no, they're getting ready for it
It'll
to be
summer
a thing.
down there. Yeah,
But we're gonna
they're
be
talking
going
about
over-
it. There are airlines, I think, from Argentina, maybe or Australia that fly to. They have their own specifically private area in Antarctica to fly
They're
tourists and stuff.
Well, the final experiment is they're booking a whole tour for 100 people or something.
No. What it is Will
Yeah.
Duffy's paying for 2 people to go, a flat earther and a glober.
That's $100,000. We worked that
I thought
out
they were
already.
doing a whole. Okay.
They invited
maybe I'm wrong.
48. They invited 24 flat earthers and 24 globers
That's
to see who would
4.8
take the
million.
bait of who would go. Right. The thing is that you could still go. You could still go on your own dime. It takes tens of thousands, like $30,000 something dollars to go, because it's not a best place to go to, right?
Yeah, of course.
got
And you need to be able to
Insurance,
get
your
yourself
country,
out of
your
it.
country of
and
origin is responsible
Yeah.
for you, that kind of thing.
if you die there,
Yeah.
they got to take your body out and then bury it. And all
Yeah,
that
they'll
shit.
tell you, well, we want to go
Anyways.
freely. dudes, I can't go to Mexico without a freaking passport, and I can't go to Europe without a passport and a visa. So you still can't even travel the world
I can't
freely.
even visit dog without a passport.
That's what I'm saying, though. You can't just willy-nilly hop on a plane and go to another country. You've got to have the proper documents.
Legally, you can't get into my sex dungeon without a fucking membership. I mean, like,
Well, at least an ID that says that you're over 21.
No. You have to have a membership in Colorado. I cannot have a legal sex dungeon without you paying a yearly membership and becoming a member. So literally, you have to have a membership to be able to have sex dungeons here. That's how permitted it is.
Wow.
Anyway,
so stupid.
Well, can't you have free memberships?
And they will be turning up to Antarctica in speedos and flip flops and all of that nonsense.
Because that's what it is.
That's what Flair said. They don't understand anything.
Of course they don't. They don't. No, of course they don't.
I guess the thing with the paid membership is like if you have to pay, and like you pay with your credit card, then like you can't hide who you are.
Everybody pays with cash, bro.
So Drusilla asks, "What's the perks?" I'm guessing in your sex dungeon if you have a membership.
It's just that you can go in there if it's a membership to be able to go in and participate.
Get in, just to get like a cover charge, right? That's what it
but you usually have to go through multiple classes for etiquette, consent, and other things, and then go to a basic fetish night, and then you get to get into them usually.
I got
So it's a whole process, even though not all dungeons need to do that. But that's how it works.
It actually makes sense, so people understand when they go in. There's certain protocols you have to follow.
Yeah, you're not just having crackheads running in.
People just going willy nilly that don't know what. Yeah,
and just doing whatever. So I mean,
Drusilla, we could study together.
Well, and
homework?
like I said,
homework.
She said homework. We could study together. I can help.
Brainless actually has a link to a free type of dungeon.
And then
Drusilla hangs around Mango streams, remember?
And
she knows about the link.
Anyways, next week we'll be doing Dungeon Talk, which is going over kinks, fetishes, and fetish gear or toys and stuff and things. So if anybody has any questions, just have them ready, and we'll go over all of that stuff.
Does that mean I have to make my my dom a dom avatar now?
Totally.
Please do.
Brainless.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. I need to eat some food. It's been all day, and I need to eat. So thank you all very much. We'll see you tomorrow for Crackpot Conspiracies further down the rabbit hole. We're going further down the rabbit hole.
Oh.
So thank you all very much. Everybody say bye, and we'll get the fuck
bye,
out
everybody.
Of here.
Thank you for coming.
Bye. We get the fuck out of here.